in a rookie year, come on. I like the offense they built around him. The offensive line is horrible, but you still got the great receivers on the outside. You got Joe Mixon at running back. That's going to take a lot of pressure off of him. They can fix the offensive line. I think Joe Burrow actually could have a pretty decent career in Cincinnati because I love what he has as far as talent-wise at the skill positions. Still needs a tight end, though. But I think the AFC Central's up for grabs because I really think the Steelers, with Ben Roethlisberger healthy, still an 8-8 team, in my opinion.
It's still a very question mark year with them. And he's coming, again, another guy coming back from a big injury.
Yep.
And he's got to prove that he can do that again.
And the Baltimore Ravens, as much as I love Lamar Jackson, remember, I thought he should have been the first quarterback taken in the draft. Remember, we can go back to the tapes back on that.
I'm with you on that.
We were both sold on Lamar Jackson, and we were surprised he was taken in the second round.
I'll be honest with you. The one thing that surprised me about Jackson, I'm surprised that he's come out so early and been so successful.
But I think he's going to regress a little bit this year. I think their teams are going to actually be gunning for him this year. I think the offense can be solved. It's not
defenses are going to have a much better game plan for him this year than they did last year.
I
think they've had more time to prepare now.
And I expect the Ravens to take a step back too.
Teams that actually they were actually beaten in the playoffs. So teams will look at the blueprint on how Tennessee beat them in the playoffs and try and use that again towards fighting them next year.
Yeah, the AFC South, that's going to be interesting. Phillip Rivers now with the Indianapolis Colts over Jacoby Brissett.
I think it makes them the ultimate favorite right now, doesn't
it?
In the
South, because the South is bad.
Yeah,
you got the Titans,
you got the Texans,
but you got the Texans. Okay, but they're going to take a step back, I think, too, because first of all, Bill O'Brien does not know how to coach that team.
Yeah, and they lost their big wide receiver.
And they lost DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was just getting at. That's why I said, I agree with you. I think they're going to take a step back.
You basically substituted David Johnson, a broken down running back who was great 3 years ago.
But we don't know if he's going to be great now, though.
Exactly.
That's the whole thing. I mean, it's a very big time question mark move, especially for a guy who I don't know. I just think they got robbed on that.
I think so too. So I think the Texans are going to take a step back too. The Jaguars are a complete mess as well. I think they're going in for the first pick in the draft. AFC West, it's the Chiefs. It's got to be the Chiefs. I don't really like what the Chargers did. The Raiders are moving to a new home, so they got a little bit of momentum moving into a new home in Las Vegas. They'll have that crowd behind them, but they had the crowd behind them in Oakland, and it really didn't matter. So I don't think the Raiders can do anything. So I can think that the Chiefs take the AFC West easily.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think the Chiefs are going to have a pretty easy ride, so to speak. I don't really see a team in the West that can really challenge them unless Pat Mahomes gets hurt.
Yeah.
That'd be the only really way that I can see the Chiefs really slipping.
And remember, he missed a game or two last year, and they won without him, right?
Yeah, they did win without him. They did. Because Andy Reid's a pretty good coach. They got a pretty good team behind him. So I still think even if he falls, they'll still be all right. But I don't think they'll do much damage in the play. I don't think they'll go to the Super Bowl or anything if they don't have Pat Mahomes. I'll just say that. They got to have him to go to the Super Bowl. Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, without a doubt.
Absolutely.
All right, let's talk a little bit about the NFC real quick. We can focus on the South. It's still, we think the Saints and the Bucs is going to come down to for the NFC South.
I believe it is. I think those are the two teams that you really have to look at. And in my opinion, I really think the Bucs have done a great job. I mean, I can't believe I'm saying this, but of actually repairing this team. And it all started when they got Brady. And just bringing him in, and then Gronkowski comes into it. I wasn't really a big fan of bringing in Gronk, but it does when I looked at it overall, I'm like, you know what, it makes the team better. And then the coup de grace of the whole thing was the draft that they had. And this is, I can't believe I'm saying this, I think Bruce Arians had a lot to do with this draft because we drafted a lot of players that it seemed like Bruce Arians liked. And a lot of players that I liked. I can't. Once again, I bashed the Bucs year after year after year. Jason Light for bad drafts. This was, in my opinion, an A- draft. In my opinion, for the Bucs coming out of this draft.
Wow.
And the fact that they didn't trade O.J. Howard, I don't know really what to think about that because now, like we've talked about, they're going with three tight ends that are quality tight ends. Apparently, I mean, I still think O.J. Howard's got a lot of work to do, but like you said, bringing in Gronk, I think it's going to do nothing but make him a better player. And I think that was a big reason, like you said, of bringing in Gronk to make him a better player and to make Cameron Brate better too. Because Tom Brady, like I said, you bring Tom Brady in, he's going to make everyone on your football team better. Period.
Yeah, period. But is it enough to take them to the playoffs and even win the NFC South is the question.
I think it is. Okay. I think it is. I really do. I think Drew Brees is going to have a down year. Well, I do think it's coming. And he's hit that age. And we'll see. I mean, he's still got a lot of weapons up there in New Orleans. But I really like the Bucs. I really do. I think this is our best chance. The Super Bowl's in Tampa this year. And this team's pumped about it. I mean, this team is working really. I'm just looking at how hard this team's working right now. And we haven't even hit preseason workouts or anything, and they're already working their tails off to get better. So that and it's the The positions that need the work the most, like offensive line, running back, that are working the hardest right now, and that's the thing that's impressing me. And like I said, Brady making people better. That's going to be a big factor on this.
Yeah,
he's got to stay healthy. Brady's done. If Brady gets hurt, forget about it. And you can say that about Drew Brees too, because I can't see Jameis Winston coming in and taking New Orleans to the promised land.
I don't see that happening either. But I think it's year one for Tampa Bay and Tom Brady. I think 9-7, 10-6. I think they get in as a wild card. I don't think they win the division.
You could be right about that. I can see that.
I think they get hot down the stretch.
Yeah, I can see that. I was going to say,
once
struggle early a little bit.
Mm-hmm. But I still think it's the Saints. I think this is Drew Brees' swan song, so to speak. He's probably going to retire after this season. So
yeah, probably.
I think they're going to rally around that, and that's what wins in the NFC
Well, from
South.
what I hear, whenever Drew Brees retires, he's got an open gig on Sunday Night Football or Monday Night Football, whatever it is.
Who knows?
I think it's Monday Night Football. He's got an open gig, open invitation for when he retires. He's got a job waiting for him broadcasting Monday Night Football.
Huh, interesting.
So, or Sunday night, whatever it is, Sunday night or Monday Night Football. I think it's actually Sunday Night Football.
It's
to be
a
honest
lot harder than you think, Drew.
Yeah,
Ask
it is.
Jason Witten.
He just thinks he's going to jump right into it, I guess.
Yeah.
But
NFC,
but he's got a job. I mean, he's Drew Brees, man. He's got a job waiting for him when he gets done.
NFC East.
NFC East.
For me, it's the Cowboys all the way. I think Dak Prescott's got a chip on his shoulder. He's playing for a contract. He's been franchise tagged. He didn't get paid the money he wants. This team is loaded. The first round selection of that wide receiver, CeeDee Lamb. Oh my goodness, that's 3 good wide receivers to team up with. Michael Gallup and with Amari Cooper.
And
wow.
I'm just going to add to what you just said, because even if Dak does get hurt, then you got Andy Dalton. Ooh. That's I know I like him.
He's a backup.
No, I like
As a backup.
Dalton. I mean, that's your backup.
But he's not there to take the job.
He could be there. He could be a starter, though. Is my point, though. Yeah. He very easily could be the starting quarterback over Dak. He could be.
Yep.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying he's gonna be, but
and
he
I
could
know
be.
Zeke's got Corona and everything right now.
To me, if I'm a Cowboys fan, I'm like, dude, we got 2 great quarterbacks that fit this team perfectly. You know, I mean, really, to be honest, if Dak's going to give you trouble with the salary crap and all that, hey, no problem. We've got Andy Dalton ready to go. Yeah, that's all there is.
The Giants made minor improvements. The Eagles really didn't do anything to move themselves forward in any way. Same with the Redskins. Yeah,
I agree. So I think the Eagles actually kind of hurt their chances more, to be honest with you, than anything.
What do we got? The NFC Central.
The NFC Central. Yep. No,
I don't think. I don't know about the.
I don't know about anybody in this
because the Bears are bad. You know, they got a quarterback controversy right now between Nick Foles and Mitchell Trubisky. Mm-hmm. You got the whole Aaron Rodgers issue up there in Green Bay. He's a year older, and they drafted his successor. So there's a little bit of bad animosity going on up there. Yeah. You know, Detroit Lions are the Detroit Lions. You know, so it's just you look at this division. I just like.
I'll just say this. In my opinion, it's going to come down to 2 teams: Green Bay and Detroit. If Detroit can somehow muster up.
Well, you got the Vikings.
They've got a lot of talent too. They had a good draft, and that's my point with Detroit. They can somehow muster up something this year. I think they could give Green Bay a run, but I think Green Bay's got to be the heavy favorite coming in, especially after the year they had last year, and especially with Green Bay drafting a quarterback in the first round. That's got to drive Aaron Rodgers absolutely berserko. I know if I was Aaron Rodgers, I'd be like, "What the hell? You know, why aren't we drafting a wide receiver or a running back or a weapon for me on the offense?" Do you know the last time they drafted a wide receiver in an offensive weapon in the first round? Javon Walker.
Wow.
That was the last time the Green Bay Packers drafted a top-ranked offensive wide receiver, tight end, anybody for offensive type of weapon in the first round. Wow. Javon Walker. That's not
I'm still going to say it's the Vikings.
And then they go out and draft a quarterback.
Even though Dalvin Cook is holding out right now for a bigger Zeke-like contract, I still think they'll sign him, even though he has the injury history that Zeke never had. Zeke has the off-field issues that get him suspended. That's why Zeke misses games. You know, Dalvin's got those shoulder injuries. He had the calf injury.
Zeke just got the COVID, too.
Well, he did get the COVID, but he got it off-field.
Got it off-field. Did you hear Michael Thomas's reply?
Yeah, I did. Cowboys can't catch anything. He's surprised. Yeah,
that was kind of dumb. Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
It wasn't really Michael Thomas.
It wasn't.
It was one of those hack Twitter accounts.
Yeah, that was pretty dumb. Yeah. I must say on that one. Yeah. I read that. I'm like, yeah.
And then of course you got the NFC West: Seahawks, 49ers, Arizona, the Rams.
Do we have to? I mean,
Seahawks.
Really?
49ers.
49ers.
You like the 49ers?
Oh, God.
I think they peaked last year. No. Nah, well, because you like John Lynch. That's why.
The 49ers are ready to rock and roll. They're going to be one of the toughest teams in the league. They are. In my opinion, it's going to be the Bucs' toughest challenge in the playoffs with the 49ers.
All right.
They really will be. That defense is no joke.
No, I like the defense.
And they run the football.
But I think
and they run the football better than anybody, and they got a lot better in the draft, too.
Yeah,
so.
The offensive line is good. I still think Jimmy Garoppolo is overrated.
Well, I don't. I think Jimmy G is pretty good, man. I don't know. I think you don't give him as much credit as you should.
No, I guess I don't.
Guy went to a Super Bowl. He darn near beat Pat Mahomes.
But he didn't.
But he almost did.
But he didn't.
But he almost did.
Yeah, Jim Kelly almost won 4 Super Bowls.
That's true.
But he didn't.
But he didn't.
But he didn't. All right, so basically, who do you got in the Super Bowl then?
Oh, God, right now I got to pick
just
this?
your early prediction for June.
Because
we don't really have any sports because baseball's going to be canceled.
All right, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna say from the AFC.
For me, it's easy.
From the AFC, I think it's gonna be the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, me too.
I think Pat Mahomes. I think I just don't see anybody
they're on a whole
ready
other
to
level.
Step up and challenge. I think the closest team near them, possibly the Colts, could be the Colts and them in the AFC championship game. But I think that, or if not the Colts, the Ravens. I think those are really the two teams that really could stand. Maybe the Titans again could make that run with Derrick Henry and whatnot, Tannehill. I mean, you could see that. I don't think the Raiders or anybody else is going to make any kind of run at them. To be honest with you, so
I just think the Chiefs are on a whole other level.
Yeah, I think they are.
All they got to do is play a little defense, and they're solid.
And I'm gonna. The NFC is so tough because it's so up in the air. To be honest,
it's the Cowboys this year. Cowboys and Chiefs. That's my prediction.
You know what? I'm gonna say the Niners. I'm gonna say it's gonna be right now at this point the Niners.
Right.
I'm gonna say just because of everything that they've done with the draft and everything, the defense as good as it is. I can only hope that the Bucs take it from them. I'll just say that. But I don't know. I right now at this point I'm not willing to say that the Bucs are going to go to the Super Bowl yet because I'm just not. I don't know.
You're not sold on them.
No, it's not that I'm not sold on them. I just don't know yet. We haven't seen anything about. This is a weird year right now, and I'm not ready to make that pick.
I feel like this is Joe Montana all over again in Kansas City.
I will say this though: the San Francisco 49ers impressed me pretty much more than any team in the NFC, and the Bucs are right there with them. In my opinion, with Tom Brady, I think the Bucs are an ultimate. I think it's going to be the Bucs and Niners in the NFC Championship game, and I think it's going to be the Colts and the Chiefs in the AFC. I'll say that.
All right.
I don't know who's going to win those games, but I'll say the Chiefs and Niners right now because that's who it was last year.
And there's our football talk.
There you go.
There you go.
Now, if you guys want to listen to the rest of the show, Larry, where are we? Spreaker?
Oh, Spreaker. Spreaker.com. Yes.
Right.
Spreaker.com/Larry Timko, I think it is. Or just put Larry Timko podcast, Google that, and it'll pop right up.
It's also on my Facebook, guys. Take it easy.
Yep.
Have a good one.
All right. Take it easy. All right, now that we're off of Facebook and done talking football, let's switch gears and talk a little baseball. And unfortunately for our friends here, and it stinks for John Vitas because I was going to call some baseball games with him this year, but the minor leagues have been scrapped this year, and it does look like
1,000 players. How about this is something nobody's talking about with baseball. The 1,000 minor leaguers that just straight up lost their jobs. Mm-hmm. They just lost all their salaries. Are the major league guys even talking about these poor guys?
No,
no, not at all.
Scott Boras said he would pay all the minor leaguers out of pocket, but.
Hey, that's a pretty good gesture from a guy who's not known for making good gestures.
The Players Association stepped in and said, "Nope,
put the guy back on it." Yeah,
not going to happen.
You know, in my opinion, that's the other thing too. It's been the Players Association that is really stopping this from having a season right now and from getting to the table. And I know I'm on the minority when I say that, I guess, because apparently more people are on the players' side on this than I know of. I don't know. Everybody I seem to talk to and everybody I seem to know are saying, yeah, it's the owners. But now I'm starting to hear that everybody's on the player side about this, and I don't understand that whatsoever because, like I said, the last deal that was offered to them was a 44% season at 36% salary with an 80% prorated salary. Mm-hmm. That's not a bad deal. There's
not a bad deal.
Nothing wrong with that. And doing the math, I did the math on this myself. And doing the math on all this, there'd be just enough time to get all these games in pretty much right before October. You could get into maybe October, the beginning of October, where you would have to start basically playing your playoff games. Mm-hmm. So you could get these regularly 70
and the season would end on time.
70-something games within about 80 days would be into October. But the more they go on with this not getting to the table and talking, then the more we're left out of the mix on everything.
No doubt. Well, to me, anything less than an 82-game schedule is worthless to me anyway. No point even having a season if you're going to play less than 82 games. I mean, you need to have that flow. You need to have that momentum in a major league season. So I think the way you're going to do it now, I think you should have 2-3 weeks of spring training and then just go into it like the NCAA basketball tournament. Have them seeded like they were last year, 1 through 32 or 1 through 30, and just let them play it out that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that means who had the best record last year in baseball? Was it who won? Who was it? The Astros, maybe 100 games or whatever. So they would have to play the Marlins or whatever, or the Pirates, whoever the worst record last year. So just seed it that